So I was working outside and I come in and I see the recliner like this. So what happens is this asshole, yeah, you wiggle your butt, comes up and he's getting comfy and he pushes the buttons and then it maxes out like that and then he freaks out and can't get off. So it's not working. I gotta figure out why. So I've flipped the chair up on its side. We have just normal 110 to 24 volt converter here, and that powers 3 motors, one for lumbar, one for headrest, and then this one right here that basically just runs a worm shaft to slide this back and forth to run this whole giant frickin' mechanism thing. And this motor for the recline is not working. The switch, you just click 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 and nothing, no bueno. So we got to see, got a power issue. Be interesting because I can't really seem to get any of these connectors apart, but we'll see. So power comes from the converter to this Y arrangement here, and then it goes to the various motors in the switch box. So there's no connector that I can actually test power to the motor, and I can't easily get the switch out because it's all sealed up. However, I took the housing, so the permanent magnet motor housing, off of the motor. I can spin the armature by hand, right? So that shows me that it's mechanically capable of moving. And then I just have my meter across the wire leads, and then I can watch for voltage. So there we go. Right, so that's telling me the switch side is good and the problem is at the DC motor itself. So what I'm going to say the issue is the commutator bars, so that's the contacts here for the motor windings. I'm going to say that they got really hot and there's too much carbon buildup on them now. Right, so you can see the black spots. So the brushes aren't contacting the circuit properly, and it's too much resistance and there's no current flowing. So I'm going to see if I can clean up the commutator bars and if I can get this motor working. So what it looks like is there's a little set screw here, one on this side, one on that side, that prevents the armature from coming out, just holds the drive in place. So I think I gotta back those off and the armature should pop out. So with the armature out, you can see how burnt those contacts are, the commutator bar contacts. So we should be able to clean that up with some Scotch-Brite. The other thing that's an issue is the brushes are stuck. They don't move freely. So if I look at, so the brush should move really freely in here, and it doesn't. So both brushes are kind of stuck. Once I pushed them back, that tells me that this got really hot when the Bulldog was pushing the switch, and the plastic housing for the brushes is kind of melted a little bit. So I'm going to see if I can free those up so that they slide freely again. Oh, get a Bulldog, they said. It'll be fun, they said. There you go. Now you can see we've removed all that carbon from the contacts. We'll see if we can get those brushes moving. Okay, so I scraped off the melted plastic on the sides of the brush guides. So we got the one working. Try the other one. Put the spring in, and they're tiny, so don't lose them. That goes there. Oh yeah, baby. Okay, so the brushes are moving. Circuit works. Armature is clean. We just got to get this thing back together, and hopefully it works before the wife gets home. So the tricky part is going to be to hold the brushes back while I kind of put the armature back in. So maybe I can use, there we go. And there's this little bracket that goes on the bottom of the bearing. It's got little 3 notches. So line that up on the inside. There we go. I think that's it. Okay. Brushes are free. Okay, tighten up my set screws to lock it in place. There's our permanent magnets in the housing. So that goes in. Come on. There we go. Clickety click, barb a trick. So back together, power plugged in. I'll hit the button and see if we win or lose. Oh yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Okay, now we just got to slide it back into the little brackets and call her good. So there's little brackets that these pins hook into, and we're back in business. All that, and my wife isn't home yet, so she didn't find out. So the moral of that story is when you go out of the house, turn the little power switch off so that the Bulldog doesn't destroy the really expensive recliner. Tickety boo.